Shalom, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai for giving us this truth. Double honor to all the elders, teaching on the four corners of the earth, teaching in truth and sincerity. To you, I say shalom. Brother Khan from the Seven of the Lions of Judah, Jeshurun here in Chicago. To you, I say shalom. Coming at y'all with another one, and we're going to talk about history of what the heathens did to the true Israelites of the Bible. Starting off in the Apocrypha, Sirach chapter 12, verse 10, and it reads, "Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness." All right, so the Bible is telling us to never trust our enemies. All right, because if you trust your enemies, they can easily set a snare or a stumbling block to go against you or to destroy you or to bring destruction upon you. All right, so we're going to go into this book titled From Babylon to Timbuktu by Rudolph R. Windsor and go into history of what the heathens did to the nation of Israel, the true Israelites of the Bible. This is page 48, and it reads, "Jews prayed 3 times a day facing the city of Jerusalem, and the Muslims, true believers, prayed 5 times a day facing the city of Mecca." So don't you see how they envied us? They was in so much competition with us where they was trying to outdo us, okay? They wanted to be us so bad to the point where they was trying to outdo the actual Jews and Israelites of the Bible. All right, so it reads, "Trying his best, Muhammad sought to convert the Jews to his new religion, but to no avail." All right, so the Israelites knew that the new religion that Muhammad was coming with, he copied off of them. He copied off of our ancestors. So they didn't convert because they knew that it was a watered down version of what we were already doing. All right, and it reads, "The Jews were adamant and resistant to change. The high esteem which the prophet held for the Jews was transferred to enmity, and instead of allies, he looked upon them as competitors." Muhammad needed the confirmation of the influential Jews to validate his mission, as all upstarts need the backing of someone influential. Muhammad therefore turned against the Jews and became their tormentors. So just because we didn't want to follow Islam and wanted to stick to the scriptures and worshiping Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, they tormented us, okay? They killed us and they murdered us and they converted us, all right, to Islam by force. Okay, so we couldn't even serve our God in peace. And a lot of our people that's caught into that religion, they don't understand the history of it and how Muhammad was jealous of our ancestors and he wanted to be just like us. So like we once brought out, he came up with his own religion to pretty much to try to outdo what we were doing already. Okay. So going back to Ecclesiasticus chapter 12, verse 10, and it reads, "Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness," man. So this man Muhammad was wicked because he wanted to stop being cool with us to be our tormentors. All right, so who is our enemies, man? Let's go to the book of Psalms, the 83rd chapter. Psalms 83, verse 1, and it reads, "Keep not thou silence, O Yahweh, hold not thy peace, be not still, O Yahweh, for lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones." Now, who are the hidden ones? You Israelites, okay, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians. You will be the true Israelites of the Bible. Verse 4, "They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance." Okay. And it reads, verse 5, they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. So yeah, man, they are against us. That's why they come in our neighborhoods, make the most money, go take the money back to their neighborhoods, and they don't do a damn thing for you in your neighborhood. They don't try to, help the so-called poor. They just rob us. They take. They don't even, man, these heathens, they rarely keep their grass cut and keep their business storefront looking good, man. All right, in our neighborhoods. And it reads, verse 6, the tabernacles of Edom, which is the so-called white man. All right, throughout history, you're going to find out that Esau was the father of the Europeans today. And the Ishmaelites, which are the Arabs, of Moab, the Chinese, and the Hagareans, Gebal and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre. Okay, so these nations is against us, man. All right, they're against us, man. Because God, he chose the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians to be a special people unto himself. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. All right, going to page 84, and it reads, out of the same book, From Babylon to Timbuktu by Rudolph R. Windsor. Page 84, and it reads, in the year 65 BC, the Roman armies under General Pompey captured Jerusalem. Okay, so in 65 BC, the Roman armies under General Pompey captured Jerusalem. So they took over the land of Jerusalem, man, in the year 65 BC. In 70 AD, General Vespasian and his son Titus put an end to the Jewish state with great slaughter. Okay, so this is what they was doing to our people. They took over and they conquered our land. All right, with violence. Okay. And it reads, General Vespasian and his son Titus put an end to the Jewish state with great slaughter. During the period of the military governors of Palestine, many outrages and atrocities were committed against the residue of the people, man. All right, during the period from Pompey to Julius, it had been estimated that over 1 million Jews fled into Africa. So this is why they call us African American today, is because over 1 million Jews fled, okay, running from the persecution of the Romans. Okay, so this is the reason how we got to this side of the world, okay, during slavery, because I'm gonna read it again. It say during the period from Pompey to Julius, it had been estimated that over 1 million Jews fled into Africa, fleeing from Roman persecution and slavery. Okay, so we didn't want to be slaves, so we ran among other dark African tribes. And it reads, the slave markets were full of black Jew, it say Jewish, but it really supposed to say Hebrew Israelite slaves. Okay. And when they say the slave markets, when they brought us over here as slaves in so-called 1619. Okay, so the Bible is telling us to never trust our enemies, man. All right, so that's what the Edomites did to us. All right. So this is just a history buff, just to refresh you Israelites' memory on what your ancestors went through coming over here to this damn land. All right. It was pain and agony, man. This is Psalms 137, verse 7, and it reads, remember, O Lord, the children of Edom, and the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it even to the foundation thereof. O daughter of Babylon, who ought to be destroyed. Happy shall he be that rewardeth thee as thou hast served us. Okay, so this is what they did. They captured Jerusalem, put our people in slavery, switched up the languages, and got us all over the place thinking that in today's modern term, if we go and pay taxes, we're going to live better than we ever lived. When right now, with all the mayhem and chaos that's going on in the world, and how everything is just, you know what I'm saying, out of control with the prices. You know what I'm saying? It's impossible to live here, man. Okay? The cost of living is going up. Everything is just going up. Verse 9, and it reads, happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stones. So when they was taking over Jerusalem in 70 AD, they was dashing our little ones into the stones. And we were so under siege and persecution, we ran into Africa. Okay? And 1,000 years later is when they came back to bring us over here into slavery. They found out that we were among the other African tribes, and they came and got us, man. They brought us over here as slaves. Now, the reason why we went into slavery is because we broke the commandments. We're gonna get it. So this is a reminder to you Israelites, and letting you know to remember what happened to your nation. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 1, and it reads, and it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord Yahweh will set thee on high above all nations. Okay, so once upon a time, we was above all nations during the time of King David and King Solomon, but we failed by breaking the commandments. Okay, verse 15, and it reads, but it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his commandments, all right, and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. So I'm going to just get a couple of curses, and I'm going to go into the main curse. Verse 48, and it reads, therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord Yahweh shall send against thee in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things. So that sounds like slavery to me, which we read from Babylon to Timbuktu. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. And that's what happened to our people when we came over as slaves. Verse 49, the Lord Yahweh shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle fleeth, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand, a nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of the old, nor show favor to the young. And that was when we came to America once again, you know, the last curse. Verse 68, and the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. Okay, so this is the new Egypt. America's the new Egypt, and we came here by what? Cargo slave ships. By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. All right, which we wasn't going to see the land of Israel no more again. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. So yeah, never forget what you went through, you Israelites. Continue to keep these commandments. All right, watch out for these prophecies, because we living in a time of the end. With that, I bid you a shalom.